My name is Nguyễn Minh Thơ and I'm from Group 5. My group has 6 members. Today we chose the topic how communicate to know more about each person communicates. Now let's go.
Hello there.
Hi, nice to meet you.
How are your day?
Today is a wonderful day for me.
It's so great. I'm pleased to have the opportunity to speak with you today. Would you be willing to spend some time with me to address a few questions that I have about communication?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, l- let's get to the first question. Who do you usually communicate with every day?
During the day, I communicate with my friends the most. We have a lot of stuff to talk about because we see each other so regularly and have comparable ages and interests.
What topic might we bring up to start a conversation?
I think personal information from the person you want to talk to, especially about their hobbies, is a great topic to start a conversation. Because if you find out what a person's hobbies are, you instantly know a lot more about them. You may find common interest to continue the conversation based on that basic information.
What a wonderful sharing. Now we will move to the third question. Do you usually choose to communicate with people online or meet in person? If online, which app do you usually use?
I prefer communicate online rather than in person, since it is more convenient and allows you to chat or talk whenever you want. I normally use Messenger or Zalo because they are free and they satisfy my basic requirement.
It's so good. And the last question is how can people have an impressive conversation?
I think you should compliment something other than someone's looks. For example, instead of complimenting something generic like their eyes, highlight something that shows their personality, like their fashion style, shoes, or jewels. This, it is, I think, that is an elegant and also simple way to leave an impressive impression on someone. Moreover, you might also try to bring up a common interest. If you have comparable interests, the discussion will be much more fascinating and impressive. That all.
It seems that we have a wonderful discussion. Thank you very much for your sharing. I look forward to seeing you again in the future.
I'm also happy to join today's meeting. See you next time.
Goodbye.
Hello Thư,
Hello,
I have some question for you. Could you spare a moment?
of course.
Okay, who do you usually communicate with every day?
I usually spend a few minutes at the end of the day communicating with my friends.
What topic may we bring up to start a conversation?
Let me try to remember. We often start the conversations by asking each other, such as, "How are you today? Is there anything that makes you feel bad?" And then we will take turn to talking about our past day.
Oh, that's so good. Do you usually choose to communicate with people online or meet in person? If online, quick app do you typically use?
Because I don't have enough time to go out, so I only try to communicate with my friends online. And one of the best options that I usually use is Messenger app.
I totally agree with you because nowadays people are too busy with work, so communicating online is the best option. How can people have impressive conversation?
In my opinion, in order to have an impressive conversation, you need to listen when the other person speaks. Next, you should always follow the stream of the story. Moreover, you also can use the body language in order to attract attention, as well as to express what you want to say.
That is a good idea. I will try to apply it in my conversation in the future. Thank you. See you later. Goodbye.
Hello, my name is I. Nice to interview you today. What's your name?
Hey, my name is Thi. Thank you for inviting me to interview.
Here I have a few questions on the topic of how we communicate. I think this topic is very familiar to our daily life. The first question is, who do you usually communicate with every day?
I usually communicate with a lot of people like family, teachers, friends at school and around.
Just already familiar people, right? What topics may we bring up to start a conversation?
Topics that can start a conversation like asking about work or study problem, daily life and love.
Yes, this topic will have a lot of to talk about, especially about love. Do you usually choose to communicate with people online or meet in person? Is online with app do you usually use?
I usually communicate with people online and also meet in person, but I prefer meeting in person because it is easier to understand each other's feelings. I often use apps like Yellow, Facebook, and Twitter to communicate with people.
Or we are very similar? What type of conversation do you believe will have a deep impression on others?
I think what makes an impressive conversation an interesting question, or maybe your conversation partner is something that kept in conversation from getting boring.
Well, that's also the last question for today. Thank you so much for accepting my interview. I wish you a good day.
Thank you too.
You usually communicate with every day?
Well, for me to start a conversation, we can begin with health. How is your personal life, or what is going on with your work, your schooling, and what type of movies, some type of hobbies. Recently, we have started lately.
What's your best can we reach up and conversation?
Well, for me, every day I speak the most with my parents, especially my dad, because I live with them. I see them every day. And they are really know me and fun to speak with.
Do you usually to communicate with people online or meet in person? Which online which app do you usually?
I think that I usually communicate in person because all my friend is my house and I live with my parents, and to talk to them is very easy. I just go to their houses, and well, I sometimes communicate online because some of my friends have study abroad, and I have to use Facebook or Zallos to communicate to them.
What makes an impressive conversation?
For me, an impressive conversation is when you have very good topic, a very good debate between the two, and the and they can manipulate the voices to extract your concentration, and two people in that conversation must have the same passionate or have the same tone of speaking. It's very help for the conversation to be interesting.
Hi,
Hi,
how are you?
I'm pretty good.
Could you tell about overview yourself?
My name is Howcommunicate and I'm sophomore at Bangla University and my major is about linguistics and literature of English.
Mm, would you mind if I ask you some questions?
Of course.
Okay. First question. Uh, who do you usually communicate every day?
Every day I usually communicate with my roommate about the story of the motel.
What topic may we bring up start up through conversation?
So there's a lot of topic to bring up the conversation if you are proactive. But in every day, I usually start my conversation that's about the what we eat today and about the handsome guy with my friends.
Oh. And do you usually to communicate with people online or meet in person?
So in the past, I'm usually communicate with my relation or in the reality, but nowadays I usually communicate with them online because about this thing is very fast, and we are talk with each other online by means of a lot of apps like messengers, Instagram, and it's very convenient, and I can imagine that they are closer with me.
And last question, what made impressive conversation?
So there's a lot of factor to affect to the conversation, but you know that. But in my opinion, that how to make a impressive conversation that you are be yourself, you are nature, that you are not fit. Um, you make the conversation to be the honest, and the key is about the choose. I think
Oh,
that's all.
thanks for your answer.
So thank you.
Hello, can you hear me? Origin to interview.
Okay.
How do you usually communicate with every day?
I often communicate with teacher and friends to exchange information with others in academic master.
What topic can we bring up to start our communication?
I think come up with topic to start a conversation, like everyday like problem in learning.
Do you usually to communicate with people online or me in person? If online, which app do you usually use?
I often choose to communicate with people online because of its convenient. Online meeting application I often use as Yellow, Facebook, and some other application.
Webmaster and in reference conversation.
To start a conversation with reading to gain sympathy for the other people. Don't speak too much time on trivial thing. Instead, we should change the conversation to be interesting and meaningful to make more impression in the eye of other.
It's my opinion we should communicate expressly because it will help us shorten the distance with people and clear a lot of ignorance in daily communication, especially how to handle situation quickly in different people in your life now and in the future. Summarize to question number 2. I think the topic to start a conversation with someone you want to talk to it about a hobby of daily life, about whom that will help you to understand more about that person as well as you can find common interest. Continue the conversation button on that information.
After the interview, we felt the difference is that most people prefer to communicate online because it's convenient, fast, easy, and allows to chat whenever. A few people like to meet in person because it's easier to express emotions. People are lost to family and friends. The similarity is that people often use applications like Yellow, Facebook, Messenger. Some of you also use Instagram and Viber.
Through interview in question number 4, I found that everyone has different answers on how to make an impression in a conversation. There are different impressions so that interesting question making a good impression on opinion, or you can use your word to attack the conversation. and the person in there, or you are just the best way to impress. In my opinion, people are so different because everyone has their own personality, and they will also be attracted to those who do the same to them. Besides, I also see the similar between most of the interviewee that they are impressed with interesting topic. Me too, because we are often attracted to by the unknown. That's all I took from answer in the interviewees.
That's all we convey from interview reportion to the topic of how communicate. And the message that we want to send through this topic is that communication skill will help you achieve success in work and life more easily. Through communicating and studying with others, you will express your view and opinion, and at the same time create your ego. Make yourself different from the majority.